Hey guys, we're on day 5 of Unit 7, and day 5 says, our warm-up says, write a rule for the nth term of a geometric sequence, okay, that has 2 given terms. So we did this on day 4, but that was arithmetic, all right? So this is the 4th term is 64, and the 7th term is negative 496, okay? So it'd be cool because in our sequence, we would need our first term, and we would also need our common ratio. And since we don't know the first term, second term, third term, okay, and we also don't know the term right after it or right before it, 6, 7, we can't tell either one of those out yet. All right. So remember that slope is not going to help you like it did on our day 4 warm up. Okay, because geometric sequences model exponential. So we're going to write 2 formulas, and our trick is to go ahead after we write the formulas to divide them. Okay, and we're using our geometric sequence, which is a sub n equals a sub 1 r to the n minus 1. Okay, and remember that a sub n is like our y, and that n is like our x. And we're going to use these as our x's and y's to write our sequence. I like the bigger y on top, so we're going to take negative 4,096 equal to our a sub 1 times our r raised to the 7 minus 1. On the bottom, we're going to replace our information with 64 for the a sub n, and then 4 gets replaced, okay, or substituted in. All right, and remember the trick is to divide, so we're going to go ahead and divide those. And when we divide, we get a negative 64 equal to a sub 1's divided by a sub 1 will reduce to 1, which we don't need to write. Okay? And then we're going to have our r's, and we're going to subtract our exponents that are on those r's. So 7 minus 1 is 6, and 4 minus 1 is 3. And r to the 6th divided by r to the 3rd, subtract our exponents, and we get 3. Okay, to remove the 3, we're going to raise it to the reciprocal power of 1/3. And r is going to come out to be negative 4. And so now we found our multiplier, okay? And so we could work backwards in our sequence to get back to the first term. If we remember to divide by negative 4 to go backwards. Or we could go ahead and take one of these nice formulas that we already wrote and just substitute in the r. So we would have 64 equal to a sub 1. Our r is negative 4, and it was raised to the 4 minus 1, which then we cleaned up and changed to a 3. Okay, and now we'll type in negative 4 in parentheses raised to the 3rd power is negative 64, and that's being multiplied by your a sub 1. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and undo that multiplication with our division, and a sub 1 comes out to equal negative 1. And now that we have our 2 pieces of information, we can go ahead and write our sequence. It would be a sub n equals negative 1 times negative 4 raised to the n minus 1. And remember, you can't clean that up, all right? So you're going to have to leave it, okay? Also remember, guys, that if you divide by negative 4, you would go backwards. And 64 divided by negative 4 is, what, negative 16? Negative 16 divided by negative 4 would be positive 4. And then positive 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1. And so we could have got our first term that way as well. Okay, whichever is easiest for you as long as you're showing your work. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on day 5 notes.